Well, I was not made this for a community post, to be honest. I was going to, but then I was like, nah, because I feel like, I don't know, it's just better to do this face to face, I guess. You know, instead of me texting it and, not being even in front of a camera and you can't even see my face, I'd rather be in front of a camera and you can see my face while I'm saying this. So, um, I kind of found this out, but as you know, with the whole Trump getting shot in the ear, a lot of Republicans are blaming Democrats and blaming Biden, blaming blah blah blah. But I will admit this, the shooter has made donations to liberal charities before, but they are a registered Republican. So that kind of disbands their whole argument of it being a Democratic conspiracy theory, blah blah blah. I feel bad for Republicans again, though. Like, it's just a terrible thing that happened. All Americans should be at least a little concerned that it happened, because I started this comment. Oh, I forgot that camera. This comment here, basically. Um, where it says Democrats better be scared after this one, and I'm like, I guess that means we're gonna have a lot more violence taking place in between now and the election. I really want to get out of here now. Like, at the end of the day, I think it was a tragedy, but I think a lot of Republicans need to stop blaming Democrats for this thing, whenever it's an act on Republican. It's like having, I don't know a good comparison here without getting myself canceled, okay? You know what? Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go to a kindergartner level for this one, so I don't get canceled. So, we have a kindergartner here, right? And then their best friend comes up and steals their cookie. And then they walk off with the cookie. Of course, the shooter got killed, but since we're doing a kindergartner scenario here, he walks off. Um, but then they turn around and blame the person that wasn't even involved and actually felt bad for them a little bit. Despite them being enemies, they felt a little bad. So then they do this and kind of riles them up even a little bit more. We're at the point in the US where we could potentially have a civil war within the next 20 years. Maybe longer, maybe shorter. But yeah, like I said, within the next 20 years, maybe more, I would not be shocked if we saw a little civil war, or at least some, a lot of protests that not like formed up whole team versus team civil war, but like a bunch of riots all over the country, and this sparking up political protests. Like, it could be a whole team versus another team. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think the Republicans, especially considering I feel like they would be the ones egging it on at this point. I feel like they don't have a chain of command like good enough to go after Democrats. To be honest, despite all the allegations of, you know, the leaked document of the Epstein files where he's a pedophile, or, you know, this and that, hush money trial, January 6th, etc., etc. It's still a terrible thing to have a political assassination in this country, especially because we're supposed to be the land of the free. Yeah, that land of the free. Yeah, you have to use air quotes now because it's not really free if you can't express who you want in charge as a party leader. Like, I don't like Trump, but I wouldn't go out my way to say he should not run because there are people that want him to run. Clearly, like, I don't think any of Democrats want Biden to win, kind of. So, like, that's a argument that he should drop out. But Trump, there are people in the U.S. that want him to run. Now, you can make the argument that they're uneducated or fascist, etc., etc. But that's just opinions. At the end of the day, you don't know that for sure. And yeah, that's really it. Just know my I keep the person's that died, like the person that died, like his family in prayer are there. I don't know their gender. I'm just praying for that family. I think at least Eric. I think at least Eric Trump would care. Or is it Donald Jr.? I can't even, no, it's Eric. My bad. I think Eric would actually. I think Eric would. I think at least Eric would care about Trump dying. At least Eric would care. But yeah, no, I honestly feel like it would not be right to kill him. Like you can want him out of the race, sure. Like you can prey on him getting out of the race. I've done that before, but he's not gonna get out of the race. But this is not the way to get him out if you want him out. The way to get him out is you see, there's something called a Big Mac. Get a bunch of those and go to Trump Tower, put one Big Mac after the other, have a windowless van, and drive him all the way off to the airport where he goes off to Switzerland and he's like, huh, okay. And then he continues eating his Big Mac. Anyways, I'm just joking. Um, that's really about it though.